Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us for MC On Air, the podcast from Mud Creek Baptist Church. We have an awesome episode for you today. We have two first-time guests, and it's people you know and love, and I can't wait to introduce them to you. It's going to be a great episode. Stick around. All right, welcome back. Again, this is a really awesome episode with two first-timers on the podcast. On my left, your right, if you don't already know him, newly selected to our staff, our pastoral staff, this is Dr. David Horton, and he is our discipleship pastor. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate the opportunity to be on the podcast today.
We're excited to have you here on staff and on the show, so yeah.
Thank you.
And on my right, of course, none other than the Mr. Jesse Horton, our worship director. Thank you, Jesse, for finally being on here.
I'm so nervous.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Do you realize that a lot of people didn't want this episode to happen?
I'm so nervous.
Why would they want that?
It is great to be here.
Okay, good, buddy.
And yes, I think it's interesting that we've got to act like we're not, we have 12 years we've been best friends.
Exactly.
Joking around.
Yeah. This is not the place for us not to be ourselves. So yeah, all right. Awesome episode. Again, we're into season 2. And Dr. Horton, it goes without saying that everyone that's watching this knows you. Your wife, Lisa, knows your history. But let's say that they don't. Let's say we have some viewers that aren't, mud Cretians. And I think that it's possible.
I like that term.
It's been other things, and that's the best one. But I think that it's good for you, if you don't mind, kind of share your backstory, the body of ministry that you've had before you ended up here as our discipleship pastor.
Sure. Well, that spans almost a 50-year period now that I think about it. Hopefully I don't look old enough that people would believe that I've been in ministry 50 years.
I wouldn't have even dropped the 50 years.
Oh, thank you. That's why I paid to be on this podcast.
Right.
So you would say something like that, Ryan.
It'll be paid in the future, I guess.
No, I was called into ministry just 2 weeks shy of my 15th birthday.
Wow.
And started preaching at that point.
What were we doing at 15, Jesse?
His story's going to be much different.
I was about to say, I feel so bad about what I was doing. So at 15 years old, you were called into the ministry.
When me and Lisa started dating, most of our dates were going to churches that I was preaching in.
Right.
And revivals and youth events. And I was singing with the gospel quartet at that time.
Wait, you sing?
She was going with us.
I did not know this, Dr. Horton.
I try to keep that a secret.
We're going to file that away.
Just a quick side note. The whole congregation will find out soon. We've got a surprise.
We have the gatekeeper for the music right here.
We got a surprise in store.
I love that. All right.
After I sing, we may see the attendance dramatically decrease by 50%.
It will do the opposite.
I haven't done it yet. No worries.
It's still locked in. We're good.
Well, so I got an early start in the ministry, and I don't regret saying yes to God's call.
That's right.
And a few years after surrendering to the ministry, I began to pastor my first church when I was 19 years old. And Lisa and I were newly married. We'd just been married a few months, and she's a pastor's daughter. And Lisa knew a lot more about pastoring the church than I did.
She grew up in it.
But there we are in our first church, and those people loved us. They treated us as though we were their children and their grandchildren, and yet they received the word as I preached it, and it was just a great start to ministry. So what happened from that point is for 30 years, I was a pastor of 4 different churches during that period of time. And then in 2009, June of 2009, I became the president of Fruitland Baptist Bible College.
Oh, is that all? Just the president?
And, that was during 30 years of pastoring, I had a lot of young men and middle-aged men that were called into ministry, and I enjoyed working with them and helping to train them and get them started in ministry. And it just seems like that the Lord's working in my life made it a natural fit for me to come to Fruitland when the position was open for president. And so I spent 17 years there. And then I announced my retirement in November of 2025, retirement effective for the end of March of 2026. And just shortly after announcing that retirement, Pastor Jesse called me and he asked if I would consider the possibility of coming on staff here as discipleship pastor.
Incredibly overqualified.
Oh, I am so glad that he asked.
I'm sure he was just like, I'm just going to throw this out there. We're a bunch of crazy people here on staff, but if you could possibly find time to be a part
His
of
words were, "Come help us."
It was a call for help.
Well,
it was.
he saw the crazy in me and knew that even
I love that. I love it.
65 years old, I could still fit in, hopefully. And
Yes,
but
you
I'm
do.
enjoying it. I'm having a blast here. And I thought once I retired from Fruitland that I would probably be doing interim pastorates because I'd done 8 of them.
And you did.
I did 8 of them while I was at Fruitland. And I thought that would probably be what I would be doing.
Yeah.
And this opportunity came along, and it was God.
Yes, it was.
It was God opening that door, and I was very much at peace about it from the very beginning.
Right.
And now that I've been here on staff officially for not quite a month yet, I'm really enjoying it. I get up every morning, can't wait to get here.
Well, I mean, like we said, you and Lisa have been a part of this family anyway, and you were no stranger to the offices, the third floor, over all these years that you've been here. So it's just a great fit. It really is.
Well, it sure seems like it to me, and people seem happy. Hopefully we'll keep it that way.
It's going to be, it's incredibly exciting, and it's much needed because it's in the area of discipleship, which you cannot as a church pour too much into.
Yeah.
It obviously is what we're commanded to do.
Absolutely.
And we're so excited to have you in that position.
Good to be here.
All right, Jesse.
He feels like family to me already.
You know,
he really does.
Let's go ahead and explain this. You just saw their nameplates. Horton. Is this your son?
We get that a lot.
We do get that question a lot.
Yeah, I get that.
So I met their daughter in 2012 right here at Mud Creek.
How about that?
And it was pretty shocking to find out that we are all Hortons.
Right.
But we are not related. Let's put that to bed right now.
That's right.
We are related now.
Different regions of Hortons.
Different regions of Hortons.
Yep. So son-in-law.
Son-in-law.
And you guys get to work together, and you get to keep a really good close eye on him.
Hey,
Yes,
and he keeps an eye on me.
Your offices stare at each other.
So Pastor Jesse, one of the things I really like about him is he actually did come to me before he talked to you and just said,
Did he really?
Yes.
That is sweet.
I did not think my opinion would matter at all.
He knew that if he said yes and you didn't like it, you were gone.
Yeah. I think that was what was going to happen.
I think it was the other way around.
No.
If he didn't like it, I wouldn't have been hired.
No, I don't think that.
Unlikely.
I don't think that was on the table.
Right.
But no, he did come and ask, and I was excited. I was
absolutely.
like, this is going to be great. He's the doctor. President of Fruitland when I met Mandy, and they are so down to earth. And fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And so
to have a title like that, Dr. Horton is not like that. He's so approachable. He's fun. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it doesn't check those scary boxes.
Yes, I've got stories where he can be undignified at times.
Hey, all right. We're excited to see that up here on the third floor.
I'll give you an example of that. Maybe this is how Jesse found out I'm a down-to-earth person.
Yeah.
When he and Mandy started dating, we'd not met Jesse yet, and so Mandy thought it'd be a good idea to bring him by the house and us get to know one another.
Right.
And so I still
That was
remember
fun.
this, Jesse, when Mandy brought you by for the first time and introduced you. I was very impressed with you and glad you were there. And Lisa and I sat down with the two of you, and we were talking, and then we had this cat named Tazzy. That got that name, honestly. It was short for Tasmanian Devil.
Love it.
Tazzy was just a mean cat. That's all there is to it. And in her later years, Tazzy got to the place where we would have guests to the house, and she would bite people.
I had no warning about that.
But Jesse's in there talking with us. We're having a great time together, and all of a sudden, Tazzy walks over. Jesse tries to pet Tazzy. Things are going well at first, and Tazzy decides to bite him. And so he handled himself so well. I was terribly embarrassed that it happened, and was even more embarrassed a few minutes later when Tazzie's right here in front of us on the floor, and like cats do, this cat started licking its rear end.
Starts cleaning
Just
stuff.
the way they do.
Absolutely.
And Jesse's looking at this cat. We're all looking at this cat. And I looked over at Jesse and I said, Jesse, don't worry about Tazzie. She's just trying to get the bad taste out of her mouth from where she bit you.
And then you knew.
I knew
You
immediately.
knew.
I
You
knew
were like,
immediately.
I
knew
can
immediately.
get along and have fun with this guy right here.
And you know what? He still kept coming back to the house.
Well, that's right.
But her parents, very much like mine, real Christians, real good people
Yes.
at home. But they
Yes.
can be fun and
Christians can be fun.
Yeah,
How about
yeah,
that?
yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Even on staff at the church, they can have a good time.
we have a lot of fun here.
We do have
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
All right, now, Jesse, you have a history here, and it's not exclusive to you being a worship director. You've been here for a long time.
I've been here for a long time. We actually, 2012 was when I kind of became aware through Mandy of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I started in 2009 when the sync service started.
Right.
The contemporary service
Contemporary service.
first started,
Mm-hmm.
and we were in the other building. So I never really intersected with people that came to the big church.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. So I started as the sound man, and I have.
And we only interacted first because we were both behind the scenes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
But we kind of were to our own over there.
Right.
And we grew, and we moved into the sanctuary, I want to say around 2012. So that was really my first experience coming into the sanctuary.
Uh-huh.
I'd been here for 3 years already.
Right.
But so that started me in the AV department. That's when I was finally approached about taking the AV tech position.
And I think it was Chris Roberts, wasn't it?
Chris
Yep.
and Preacher.
Yep, that's
and
what I thought.
Preacher Mathis at the time. But I was actually probably more Chris Roberts.
Yeah.
And Chris really,
Because he depended on you.
Chris depended on me, and Chris liked the way I did things. And
Right.
I appreciated that about him.
Yeah.
And Chris and I got along well. I really liked working for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took on the AV tech position, and I did that. Really didn't get involved in music until 2022, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, somewhere in there.
It might have been right around that COVID area, remember?
Right
'Cause
around
we were
COVID.
pre-recording all of our stuff because we didn't have a church full of
Correct.
people anymore,
Correct.
for those years.
And I made the mistake,
You did.
the big mistake of singing a song during COVID, and it snowballed out of
So
control.
much of us want to say in the church, if you have a gift, keep it to yourself. But obviously you're not supposed to
You
keep
better
it to
hide
yourself.
it under a bushel.
Hide it under a bushel.
But so I got involved with the music with Brian Henderson.
Right.
And so he and I kind of worked hand in hand. And the understanding at that time was Brian was a pastor at heart, and he wasn't going to be our music guy for a long time. And
Right.
so
Yeah, he wanted to be a senior pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of got to learn, I want to say from Brian, I learned a lot spiritually from Brian, but musically and as far as running the music, he and I kind of learned together because it was new for
Yeah.
Brian as well.
Right.
And so I had a good period of about a year that I got to get my feet wet and not be the main guy. Brian was the main guy. So,
Right.
But yeah, when he left, I took over the music. I still run the AV. So I kind of have two jobs, but I like it.
I know you do.
I like the way it shakes out. I'm a work with my hands guy.
You are.
I think if I was just doing music, I would go crazy. So
Right.
I like that I get to fix things and maintain equipment. And really, it works out well because those departments handshake constantly.
They do. They do.
So,
yeah. They coexist.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
I always thought it was a little strange when I worked with Stephen Rutland and those guys. I was doing things that they heavily depended on me.
Right.
But we were two ships that pass in the night.
Exactly.
So now I get to have my hands in both sides.
All of it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I really get to know what's going on and what's coming, and I love what I do here.
I know you do.
Answer to prayer.
It is.
As some people know, and probably most of our congregation knows, I have some problems with my spine, and it affects how much manual labor I can do anymore. And my whole life has been manual labor.
Absolutely.
That's what I do. I've been a mechanic.
The son of a mechanic.
Son of a
Yeah,
mechanic.
brother of a mechanic
Yep.
and a mechanic.
Yep, I know cars.
Right.
And so It was around the time when they approached me about doing the music was when I found out that I really couldn't keep on working the way I was
Those
working.
limitations were coming.
So it was a culmination of months of prayer for me of how do I support my family?
Right. Yeah.
And I saw God work it out. I'm 100% convinced I'm doing what God wants me to do.
Yep, we do too.
And I love the fact that our people have embraced me and Mandy. We're family here.
It is.
And
Mud Creek is most definitely
yeah.
family.
And when I don't do things well, they look right over it because I'm family, and I appreciate that so much.
They extend grace, don't they?
And what people don't understand a lot of times about music is so many days I walk out of here so defeated.
It's called being an artist, buddy.
Just like
welcome to that side of your brain, mechanic.
That went terribly. But our people, it never fails. One of them will grab me on the way to the car and just say,
encouragement.
It was great. I know they're lying to me. But bless their heart. I appreciate it.
Bless their heart.
But it's all worked out so great getting to work. Really, with you over the years, you and I have become really close here with the same age.
We're a day apart.
And but now bringing my father-in-law in, it's a great place. And having been here this long, I can say, just like you, I look forward to coming here.
Yeah.
And it's so different than a job I've worked where I just dread.
Right.
You've been there.
Yeah.
I want to turn the car around and go home so bad.
Exactly.
But no, I enjoy coming here. I really do.
And everything we do here, and you know it, has eternal benefit. Obviously,
Absolutely,
you're not just meeting people's needs here down on earth, and that's what I think makes ministry. Now, ministry's hard. We're not trying to sell it as this wonderful breeze. It's very difficult.
It has its challenges.
It does.
Very different. And that's what's so contrasting with your testimony is most of my life up until here was what we would call secular jobs.
Yeah, most of us. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a different journey for me.
It is.
But even just doing AV tech, it's definitely different getting to do something like that than just fixing somebody's car.
I love that.
You know, yeah. And I felt God drawing me deeper and deeper into ministry, and it's been a wild ride.
Well, I can't see the staff without you, obviously. My days would be a little more boring, buddy.
I hope not, because Mandy and I are heavily depending.
I love it. Okay.
This needs to work out, folks.
Okay. You hear that, Mud Creek? Yeah, we need this to
I'm not exactly in line to inherit a lot of money, so.
Please tell me your parents watch this.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm coming back to you, Dr. Horton. Discipleship, we could literally do a 1-hour episode of discipleship. You have said, discipleship is a process. It's not a program. It's not like a little plug and play. What do you see now the future of Mud Creek's discipleship looking like under your umbrella of leadership?
Yeah, well, thank you for asking that, because discipleship really is on my heart.
Right.
And it always was. As a pastor and as the president of Fruitland.
It's a good quality
discipleship
for a
was just there.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so it's just a natural fit for me. And when you think about it, discipleship touches every aspect of the Christian life, every aspect of ministry that we do here. Obviously, Pastor Jesse does a lot of good discipling from the pulpit.
He does.
But talking with Pastor Dave that does our pastoral and congregational care.
Yes.
We were chatting the other day about how much discipleship actually takes place when you're in a hospital room of someone who's been hospitalized, they've just finished a surgery or whatever. It's amazing how God speaks to us during times like that.
Right.
They're really discipleship opportunities.
Yes, they are.
So I see discipleship not as a program, but as a process, as you mentioned. And now, to fulfill the process of discipleship, we may use some programs in the process of that. But it really is like our sanctification. I mean, we're justified immediately when we get saved, but sanctification is something that happens to us progressively as we become more and more like Jesus every day we live and learn to follow Him more closely. And to me, I want to help people be more like Jesus. I want to be more like Jesus. I want to model this. I want to follow him as closely as I can and help other people do that. And here at Mud Creek, we will use several different things to do that. We'll use some discipleship programs, but one of the first things I want to do that we'll be rolling out in a few weeks is a way to help every member of this church to begin to memorize Scripture on a weekly basis.
Right.
And we're working on that now, about how we communicate it, how we go about it, selecting the passages and so forth. But I'm convinced this congregation is going to be a far better congregation because of memorizing Scripture. It's going to make a huge difference in all of our spiritual lives. And then the second thing, I want to help every person learn how to have a daily devotional time with God. Now, a number of people already do that. They have their plan, their method, their approach that works for them. And I don't really care as much what approach they use as just the fact that they do that.
Right.
And for those that don't have a method or approach, I've got a method I want to share with them. And I hope that we'll see many, many more of our people memorizing Scripture, having a daily time with God and study and prayer than ever before.
Right.
And once we do that, we will begin with others doing more things with some discipleship programs that are very helpful for people to go deeper who want to, and to learn how to disciple others. So that's kind of a thumbnail sketch.
That's the 30,000
some
foot
things that I hope to do.
Now, like Sunday school classes fall under that, and that would also be here at Mud Creek. Those are under your leadership as well, right? Okay.
Yes, Sunday school is a vital part of what happens in any church, especially in the discipleship area. We've got some great classes, some great teachers, all the way from the nursery right on up through the oldest senior adult classes that we have. I'm really trying to work with the teachers and the classes to make them better and more effective. Right. We're planning on doing some teacher training that will really help every teacher be a much better teacher.
Absolutely.
And I hope that we'll see every class not only have a teacher, but have an assistant teacher and maybe several other teachers in the making that will be right there in every Sunday school class.
Well, like I said, with anything, not just on staff with us or even just a pastor with us, they can only benefit from your life of ministry so far to pour into our teachers, whether they've been teaching for 10 years or 1 year.
That's
I think that's going to be a huge benefit to them.
I think it will be. And Sunday school overall is such a great benefit to the congregation.
Yes.
I love what Pastor Jesse does when he asks the congregation, what time does church start at Mud Creek?
Yeah.
And, there are always people who are thinking about, okay, the worship service, it starts at 10:30.
Always.
But Pastor Jesse's very diligent to say, no, church starts at Mud Creek at 9:15 because Sunday school starts.
I always want to yell out 7:30 because that's what time Sunday starts for me.
True.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, that's when you guys come and
you
start
all are
doing
here
it.
early practicing doing what you're doing.
When he asked what time, 7:30.
I'm watching Jesse as he ministers to the choir, the praise team, and all those folks, and I'm seeing some people really being discipled by what he is doing and the example that he's setting. We've got some folks involved in ministry that have never been involved before.
Yes.
And they are making a difference, and it's just a blessing to see them up there, and great to see how God's using Jesse. And Ryan, it's great to see how God is using you in so many ways, like this podcast, and people don't know all the things that happen behind the scenes that you do. You are such a vital part of this
that's
church.
where I wanted to keep it. That'll change.
Slip him his money now.
I was dragged out of the shadows behind the scenes.
No, it is true. He and Dusty both, and you and I've talked about this privately. 2026. I mean, it's more important than ever.
Yes, it is.
To have guys like that are forward thinking and know the technology. And I mean, we want Christ Church to go on. And to bring more people to the Lord, and that's that's very hard to do without technology in
You got
2026.
to meet them where they are,
Right.
and that's it. And that's with anything.
And just to add to one of the things I thought about having Dr. Horton here, he's our discipleship pastor, and when he mentions discipleship and stuff, but I think to all of us and to all the ministries, the wisdom he brings across the board.
It's unparalleled.
I love the fact that he's in that office when we run into something that we may have never run into.
Absolutely.
He's done it 3 times already.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally, there was only one caveat, Dr. Horton, for you being here on staff, is we were afraid you chose the wrong end of the third floor to have your office, because he's
Poor
down there with
guy.
us, and we're really loud. And Kyle and Amy and Ed, when he comes in, they're also quiet down there with Dave. We're the loud ones, and he just nestled in right between all of our offices down here.
Well, I love being in the location I am.
Right.
And I love the fact that I can hear right outside of my door.
Yelling?
Who knows? Who knows what you're
There's a
hear?
lot of laughter.
There is.
And
Right.
staff interaction, which, I've been in churches and places before where everybody's in their office, they're doing their own thing, they're in
And
their
it's
own
crickets.
world. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not really interacting together.
Right.
This staff interacts so well together, not only in our staff meetings,
Right.
but when we see one another in the hallways, when we're together in the break room, wherever that we're at, we're having some great conversations, we're having fun. And I want to tell you, I'm a firm believer that ministry ought to be fun.
It should. What a
And
concept.
the Christian life is fun.
It is,
As you live
yeah.
for Jesus,
That's
it
right.
sure beats anything
It does.
that Satan has to offer
It
out
does.
there. And so I'm just glad to see people enjoying ministry and enjoying the Lord and seeing great friendships that are happening here. And we all get tickled on the staff of how you two guys often just go at one another, picking and joking.
It's a wonder anything gets done.
I describe us as 12-year-old brothers. Yeah.
That's right.
If you went to a home that had 2 12-year-old boys, that would be pretty much
There
how
would
it is.
definitely be bunk beds.
Yeah.
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 And it'd be a constant fight for the top. That's pretty much how you sum it up.
It's a lot of fun. Though.
It's true.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, we're so blessed to have you. Like I said, we overshot the mark when we got you. Obviously, it's so incredible. We're so blessed that you accepted to be a part of this and to be our discipleship pastor. God's going to do amazing things through you here, and I'm excited about the future discipleship at Mud Creek. Jesse?
For my ministry, I would love to see going forward more of us corporately praising together.
Love that.
I think Mud Creek, when I was the sound man, I noticed we had a little bit of a, I don't want to say performance, because I know the guys that were singing, and I know their heart. They were good people.
Yes.
But some were very good.
Incredibly good.
Very gifted, and I think over the years our congregation kind of embraced just watching, and
Right.
so I would like to see that slowly change.
Yes.
And we all are singing together, one voice, but it's going to take some time, and there's nothing wrong with doing a song well. If anybody wants to do a song well, I do. I know we have talent in our church. I just want to encourage our congregation in any way that they feel the draw to be involved in the music. I am open. Just come see me.
You are.
Yeah.
You're easy peasy, buddy.
I'm easy peasy, and we don't. I don't ever want it to seem like it's the Jesse and Mandy show, because that's not what I want.
Right.
I hope the Lord continues to bless us. We see in growth in the congregation.
we are.
It's incredible.
And God is doing great things. It's an awesome time to be not just on staff, but part of the Mud Creek family.
Absolutely.
It really is. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Guys, thank you for being in here and taking your time out of this morning.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you so much. See, it was great.
Thanks, buddy.
We didn't blow everything up having us in here, so we proved everybody wrong. We can do a podcast together, and it'd be okay.
I'm still very nervous.
No, he's good. Thank you for watching. If you want to know more about Mud Creek, follow the link on the bottom of the screen. Leave comments. We'll check them. And we will see you Sunday. And God bless you guys.